I grew up here in the Columbia Valley, one of the longest rift valleys in the world. It's a beautiful place to live. I had a travel trailer out at Kimbasket Reservoir, which is north of town and 37 kilometers in the bush. I spend my summers out there quadding, biking, hiking, playing with my family, swimming, fishing, and doing many other things. My cabin that I built is located on the Big Bend Highway, built way back in the day to get across the province. This is the Lake Kimbasket Reservoir where my cabin is, and it's a really beautiful place. Oh, and there's my cabin from the air. It's not quite finished yet, but this place is magical with lots of wildlife, good fishing, great quadding and dirt biking opportunities. It's kind of a real neat place to be able to go out and have a cabin. So initially I had a travel trailer under a timber frame roof that I built, and it's located in this bay to the right back corner. I eventually got tired of being in the travel trailer, and I pulled it out, sold it, and decided to box this thing in and turn it into a cabin. Some friends that have a couple of cabins out there too were really gracious to help me get a jump start and throw the floor on this thing. And we basically got the floor framed in and the plywood screwed and glued in about 5 hours. So we really got after it, and it was a great jump start to the build. I started the build about 2 years ago. And yeah, we decided to build inside of the timber frame. I wasn't too sure how I wanted to do this, but I went with that for a couple of reasons. One was that the timber frame wasn't 100% square. I mean, as much as we tried to make it square, it wasn't. So we decided to build inside of it, so I would have an exoskeleton. So the first summer, I got the floors. I had a sun deck on that left side that you can see right in this picture here with the steps going up. That was all a sun deck before. And it did have a roof over it. It was lower than the house, being that it was a deck, but we made it work for the washroom, which is in that room. And then the main floor, this is the bedroom, which you look at from the front of the cabin. I offset the wall into the bedroom to make it a little less boxy because it is a long building, kind of built like a mobile home, I guess, but not really. So this is where the shower will be installed and the vanity on the left. Got some cupboards from a used from a guy who was refurbishing his house. So I got the cupboards from him, and I got the flooring from him as well. So by the end of last summer, I had all the windows and doors in, the ceiling insulated. I had all the steel on the roof, and I had the plumbing pretty much almost done, and the gyprock was all up, but it wasn't mud and taped yet. This spring I got after it with flooring, and I wound up having to do some changes on the back wall of it where the stove is so I could put a hood range in. This is the bedroom all floored out, and the living room. That was one of the harder things to do, being a little bit older. Kneeling on that flooring is really, it's so hard. It's just brutal. And then my friend had his house redone. He had a flooring issue when they built the house, and he gave me that brown flooring. Some of my trim that I was painting. So it's a bit of a bougie cabin, but I think it looks nice. The ceiling is sanded one side plywood. And yeah, it's varnished, varathaned or whatever. And then I went with gyprock and 1x4 for trim. The place is insulated top and bottom. I don't have electricity. I'm 37 kilometers from the highway, and the highway's about 15 to 20 minutes from town where I live. So it's 37 kilometers, and then there's 2.5 kilometers from the turnoff off that 37-kilometer bush road into where my cabin is located. There's a few other cabins out there as well. We have a leased agreement with the government and the Indian band in Creston. So there you guys go. You wanted an update, and that's what I've been up to. Really busy the last couple of summers getting this thing built. That's a picture from the helicopter. And yeah, that about wraps it up, guys.